stay on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm a champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my death for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine, the moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these tickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in to the one and only Big Kingz Sports Review. Yeah. Basketball, football, breaking it down for you. Yeah. Now vibe with me. Like, comment, subscribe, oh yeah. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Kingz Sports, like, comment, subscribe, say wow. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Step on the court, feel the sneaker squeak. Hank call a play like a coach unique. Fast break vision, highlight reel. He breaking down the stats with that southern feel. On the field, end zone, crowd gon' roar. Touchdown energy, we want more. So if you want the game from a real point of view, better show love, like, comment, subscribe to. Like, comment, subscribe, say what. Big Hank, keep the game alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Kingz Sports Review. NBA nights, NFL days. Hank break it down in so many ways. From the block to the pocket, the hustle, the grind. Every story hit different when Hank defines. Laughs in the flow, but the game stay tight. He shine the spotlight where it feel just right. Sports and the culture, it's more than the vibe. It's the truth and the groove. Come on, subscribe. Now don't wait, don't hesitate. Click that button, elevate. Join the tribe, be part of the crew. Sports review with Hank coming straight to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, keep the channel alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Kingz Sports Review. Review.
Good Monday, good Monday, good Monday. We are back in here on a good Monday. And as guys, as you can see, you see the thumbnail, right? Yeah, y'all see the thumbnail? If you missed the thumbnail, shame on me. Let me bring it back up. Shame on me. Let me bring it back up. So there you go. That's the thumbnail. As you can see by the thumbnail, we're going to talk about this. As you've seen in the description, we're going to talk about this. Congratulations to my son's team. Congratulations to IUS. Congratulations to every player on that team. Congratulations to Coach Brown and the rest of the coaching staff. It was a good win on Saturday. Guys, if you didn't get to see it, go watch the replay of it. I have it on my channel. I did stream it. You understand what I'm saying? I did stream the game. So for those who missed it, shame on you. But you can always go back and check it out. Make sure you do me a favor. On that stream, hit that like button. But as well as on this one, hit that goddamn like button.
Push the goddamn button.
You goddamn right. It's a great Monday. We're going to be here talking about sports because that's the most important. That's the most important. But with that being said, congratulations to everybody who won this weekend because Kentucky basketball did win as well. They beat Vanderbilt. So it was a positive and encouraging weekend for the local teams that I care about. Some other teams, well, they played, but nobody really cares about them. At least I don't. But with that being said, I just want to welcome every last one of you guys here. I appreciate you being here tonight. It's a beautiful Monday. It's raining out here in my city. It is raining. It's supposed to be raining for the next several days. So y'all pray for your boy because y'all don't know me. Y'all ain't been on my channel. It's shame on you. But whenever it rains like that, then I may have to be called in to do God's work. And that's to keep my city dry. I'll be on pump station duty. They may call me in. Not a big fan of it, but I love the money. I love the money. So I got to do what I got to do to help my company as well as my city out. And I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to make that sacrifice, the sacrifice of sleep. I'm going to have to sacrifice the show, guys, because I'm not going to be able to go live with you guys, unfortunately. But those are sacrifices I got to make. I hope you guys understand this. I'm not doing it just for the money. I'm doing it for the love of the city. Guys, with this said, we got a whole lot going on in the NFL. Let's start off with guys sport. That's football, right? That's football. And I'm going to talk about a team I really don't care about. That's the Detroit Lions. But it's bad news for them. And I guess good news for us. It weakens your rival. That's all that matters. So with that being said, Dave Montgomery has been traded to the Houston Texans. Shout out to my Houston Texans fan. Shout out to my man who's a Houston Texans fan. You know who you are. I ain't seen you in a long time. It's been a long time since you've been over here. But that man, it's been that long, man. I ain't seen you, but hopefully all is well, which I have seen you on social media. Shout out to you, man. We are both fans of good stogies, good cigars. So shout out to that brother, man. I know he posted something about I think it was a Cuban cigar he was partaking in, man, and it was definitely interesting to me. So, I like that. Well, average man, I don't know if you see in the back my humidity. The one in the back, that tall right there. Let me do a side. Let me show you what it looks like. So you see it in the back, it lights up. Got my distilled water. Make sure that's full so it can keep my cigars fresh. So when I fire one up, it's ready to go. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to the guys who are partaking in cigars. Y'all know what I mean. You got to keep them fresh. You don't want no stale cigar. That shit ain't no good. You wasting your time. Brother Daniel, happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Glad to see you beautiful people. Hopefully you guys are hitting the like button while y'all on your way in. You're goddamn right. But guys, with that being said, man, it's good to see your opponent taking a hit, because salary cap reasons are just because they ready to move in a different directions on certain players. Now, I wouldn't mind having Dave Montgomery back on the Bears. I ain't gonna front you. We looking for a viable second back. Somebody like Dave Montgomery would have been a nice, valuable piece for us. Not even second back, really a third back. But he's a little bit too expensive for our blood to have a third running back getting about $8 million. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna work for us. $8 million third running back. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It doesn't make financial sense. But I'm happy for Houston, the Texans, because they do need a running back. They had a couple of guys that your boy didn't play all season. What's my man's name? Jesus Christ, he used to play for Cincinnati. He used to play for Oklahoma back in the days. Damn, I can't think of his name. Nixon. Yeah. His injuries has been really caught up with. He's really injury prone when he left Cincinnati. I ain't gonna front. But, I guess maybe Houston thought they could find a diamond in the rough and they could. They even got old former Cleveland Brown and Nick Chubb, and that didn't work. They just stayed in the state of Ohio with getting their players, didn't they? Didn't work out what they thought it was. But somebody like Dave Montgomery, who still has some tread on the tires, I think it's a pretty decent deal for them. The thing about that AFC South is it's open. There's no real dominant team. Last year, Jacksonville ended up winning it, but there was really no dominant team because Houston had a chance. And for a while, the coach was in there. So there's really no dominant team. Now, of course, the Titans have a long way to go. They bringing it up the rear. That's the young folks was had to tell me pause back in the, they even say, man, you gotta say pause after saying something like that. I ain't doing shit. I'm too old. I told y'all that. Y'all know that. So, with that being said, I think it's a great addition for that for the Texans with somebody like Dave Montgomery, a good bruising type back that could really move the chains, can create. He's also a good receiver out of the backfield. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to front on that. But there's some other news that keeps reoccurring. Now, I'm kind of torn with this situation. And that's the Max Crosby thing. Max Crosby's expressed himself now. He's verbally said that he's willing to look for a trade. And now there's them backdoor deals that's probably going to be made here the coming season or the coming year. I'm kind of torn on this. This is why I'm torn, because I like Trey Henderson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I know last season he didn't play well because he didn't play a lot of the games. He missed the most of the game due to injuries. But with that being said, he's a little bit cheaper, right? Because he's not under contract. Oh, man. Let me get some tissue for my nose, and we're going to go off camera with this. But with that being said, he's cheaper. He doesn't cost as much, So he wouldn't be much of a financial burden as Max Crosby. You know what I'm saying? Max Crosby more of a financial burden. He's going to be looking at getting about 30 plus million a year, right? Compared to Trey, may cost us just maybe between 25 to 28. Now, I know you're saying, well, it's just a couple million. This is true. But Max got like 3+ years on this deal compared to we could sign Henderson to a 2-year deal, right? Plus, we wouldn't have to give up any draft picks in order to get Henderson. That's another plus. Now, people say, well, we got the 25th pick of the draft in the first round. But we will have to give up a little bit more than just that, maybe like a pick in the 2027 draft, maybe like a 4th, maybe a 5th pick. I don't know. 5th round. I'm going to say that. But they're going to want a little something else. They may even want a player or two. Now, we got a couple players who's on the trade block, like DJ Moore, Tremont Edmonds, and maybe even Dexter. Now, with those deals, I probably wouldn't mind giving that up because of the way Max Crosby plays. Very aggressive, very speed-oriented, coming off the edge. And it would be a hell of a matchup with him and Montez Sweat as well as Booker. And if we do keep Dexter, and him and Grady, that would be a hell of a four-man front right there. And it would definitely give our cornerbacks an opportunity to play better, to be able to cover long enough for the guys to get a sack or to at least cover enough where they can at least possibly make some turnover because they can keep up with them, because there's going to be a pass rush forcing the quarterback to throw the ball a little bit faster than he probably normally would. But I was taking some notes. And so I'm thinking to myself, if we do decide to go for Max Crosby and we had to give up a player, say DJ Moore, he'll be I know Fedoza is the possible first overall pick in the draft, and that's what the Raiders have. And so they would need to have a wide receiver to go with their quarterback, right? So I'm thinking the Bears could get Max Crosby, and they would give up the 1st round pick, which is the 25th pick overall, and DJ Moore, and a 4th round pick in 2027. Yeah, okay. So something like that is a fair, I think that's a fair deal for something like that. As long as that's it. No other 2 first round, 2026, 20. Yeah, we ain't doing that. But a deal like that, I'm okay with. That'll open up some money with DJ's contract, and whatever money we open up for DJ, we had to initially give it to Max Crosby. Now, of course, we have to give up our 1st round and a 4th round pick of 2027. I'm okay with that. Because more than likely, that 1st round pick, we're going to be looking at a defensive end anyway, right? And so he will fill that defensive end spot. But here's another one for the 3 guys that we are possibly putting on trade block. Now let's go with Tremaine Edmonds. So the Bears would get Max Crosby, and they would give the Raiders the 2026 first overall pick, which is 25, and Tremaine Edmonds, along with a 3rd round pick in 2027. I think that's a fair deal, right? Still pretty much giving up the same pick. Now, this time it'll be a different player. And Edmonds will be a nice little player for them to have, because they could use some help on the defense, on the linebackers. Because that linebackers are terrible. They're going to be looking to draft the linebacker in the draft. I think that's a fair deal, right? Now, unfortunately, we're giving up a 3rd round pick instead of a 4th round this time. I like them 3rd rounds because I've seen the type of players we got in the 3rd round, especially in the past couple of years. But that's the price to pay. So say we decided now we're going to trade Edmonds to someone else. We're going to trade DJ Moore to someone else, but we're willing on giving up another defensive player. So now the Bears are going to get Max Crosby and a 6th round pick. We'll go to the Raiders this year, 6th round pick. And of course, our 1st round pick. Oh, no, let me say this. We will get a 6th round pick from the Raiders and Max Crosby. And the Raiders would get our 1st round pick, which was 25th overall pick, and a 2027 4th round pick, along with Jerron Dexter. Now Dexter is be coming off his rookie deal, right? So he may not even want to sign after the 1 year he played with him that he had less on the deal. He might not want to sign, but he may. It might be one of them sign and trade type deals. We don't know. So that's the reason why we would have to give up that 4th round pick for that deal. Expiring contract, may not sign, May. Plus, he be signed on the rookie deal, so there's a lot of money going to be saved. They won't be taking a hit on that part of it. So those are a little bit of the positives in that situation. See, those are just some of the things that the Raiders could benefit from something like this trade. Now, if that was a deal and it worked out the way that I projected to work out, I'll be all for it. I wouldn't have no problem with taking Max Crosby and his contract and all of that good stuff on. But if they ask for more, like 2 first rounds, I'm talking about on any of them trade offers. If they say, well, we want a first round this year, the first round next year, get up and walk away. Hang that goddamn phone up. And tell them, unless you're going to just 1 first round pick, we're not taking your phone calls. No goddamn more. Don't bother calling us. Don't bother picking up the phone. Don't even think about it. Don't even look up Chicago. Don't even come to visit, let alone to try to make a deal with us. We're not doing that. You can take that and shove it up your ass. We're not doing that. That would be the mindset that I would have with the Raiders. The hell with the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm not going back to Vegas now that y'all try to come and lowball me with some bullshit ass deal like that. Kiss my grits. That's what I would tell them. And you know what I would turn my attention to? Henderson. It's not going to cost us a first round pick. It's not going to cost us any draft pick. Matter of fact, we could get him. He's a free agent. We could go out and get him, pay him a decent salary for 2 years, and still have our first round picks. Focus on defensive line, and maybe in the second or the third round, we could look at a possible defensive end that's going to eventually replace Henderson. I prefer to go that route, even over the Max Crosby route, truth be told. But I've seen, we experienced it firsthand. We was playing against Max Crosby and how much havoc he created. So that's why I don't want to totally pivot off of Max Crosby, right? And that's the reason why, because I know what he can do. But they are, and I think they are, at least in my mind, I think they're going to ask for a steeper price more than just what I'm trying to offer. So that'd be the reason why I would have to pivot. Because if they ask for more than 1 first round pick, I can't do it. I got to move on. I have to move on. Guys, with that being said, we've seen the thing about the NFL draft, because the free agency is this month. And the draft is in April. So we can address a lot of our holes in our team in a free agent. Right? And then draft whatever, we need to draft in the draft, to fill a spots, like, seeing guys maybe a little long in the tooth, maybe start drafting some backups, some guys could possibly take over within a 1 or 2 year frame. That's what I want to get to as far as our team. But I know, like some teams, like to build through the draft. And Ryan Poles is one of those guys who like to build through the draft. Not a lot of veterans building through the draft. But this past season, he did a great job. He answered our center's position, our guard, and our tackle position through free agent, because it had to happen. We drafted guys like Loveland, Monongai in the 7th round, Loveland in the 1st round. We drafted the offensive tackle in the 2nd round, and one in the 3rd round. So we was able to kind of build mostly through the draft, but we did pick up some great free agents in the offensive line. If we could hit another home run like that this year, man, you better watch out for us. We already won the NFC North. We set our stake in that, talking about we win in the North, and we're not giving it. I believe that. It's also good to see that Detroit are taking hits. The Packers are taking hits. Minnesota is done. But guys, do me a favor, hit that like button for me.
What's the goddamn button?
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. The NFL Draft Combine. There's a lot that came out of that. right? It's a lot that came out of that NFL draft combine. And some of the stuff that came out, man, it was surprising. You know, yes, you had some good things come out, but you also had some things that left you scratching your head, right? So with that being said, I've seen a couple mock drafts out there. You know, I've seen a couple mock drafts out there, and so definitely want to share that with you guys and my thoughts on the mock drafts that I did see. And of course, these mock drafts was only like the first 2 rounds. I am going to do another mock draft online again. I like doing that, and it was kind of fun doing that with you guys. So I'll definitely make sure I share that with you guys. But yeah, there was a couple mock drafts out there that I've seen that definitely want you guys to look at. So let me pull these 2 mock drafts up for you guys to check out. I'm gonna show them to you, let you know if I agree or I disagree. So one of them is this one. This is the first round of the mock draft. So right here we got Mendoza, you got Baines, you got Caleb Downs. You know, those are give me's. You know, and the Mendoza I think is going to really go first overall pick with the Raiders. I don't see the Raiders making any different calling audible on this situation. Now this one, it's the Sporting News one, right? And I noticed on here, and this is the mock draft after the NFL Combine. So after everything got graded, all the other stuff, this is what they're projecting right now. Monroe Freely, and that's the offensive tackle from the University of Georgia. I don't agree with us taking another tackle on the draft. I think we got plenty of right now. We just got to get them healthy. Right? We just got to get our 2 tackles. We got to get healthy. So I think we'll more than likely sign a free agent tackle and go from there. And, you know, maybe sign them to like a 1-year deal just to, you know, till we could get some guys back in the lineup. So I don't see us drafting one. That doesn't make sense to me. Not in the first round. Not even in the first 2 rounds. Matter of fact, I would go even further than that. I would look at maybe drafting one if we decide to do that around the 4th round, something like that. We got a couple 4th round picks. I would look for the Bears to make a draft of a tackle in the 4th round, not in the first. Look, in my opinion, our first 3 picks need to be a tackle if we get Henderson or Max Crosby. If we don't, I believe that we need to get us a pass rusher in. But if we do get a Max Crosby or Henderson, get us a defensive tackle, a safety, and another tackle or another pass rusher. Either one, I prefer 2 tackles and a safety in the first 3 rounds, and then maybe in that 4th round, looking at an offensive tackle, something like that. That would be my preference, right? Especially if things work out the way I think they're going to work out. Because Kevin Byard, I think, is going to be the one of the safeties going to be signed, and so I think we need to add the safety within the 2nd or 3rd round. I like Thomas from Miami. I like the safety Thomas from Miami. He used to play at what is that, Tennessee? I want to say Tennessee Martin, or it was Tennessee State before he transferred to Florida. I mean, transferred to Miami. So I do like Thomas, Brian Thomas, the safety with Miami this past season. This is the projection of the 2nd round for the Bears. And that's, of course, the 57th overall pick. And in this one, they got Emmanuel McNeil. Emmanuel McNeil Warren. And that's the safety from Toledo. Now, Toledo, I know, is a MAC team. Haven't got to watch a lot of his games, but what I've seen in the Senior Bowl, and the great numbers he put up at the combine, very impressive as far as his interview. He's a possibility. I'm okay with it with a safety. I'm okay with that. Now, didn't see it in the second round. I thought more so the third round, but I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I don't agree with the offensive tackle in the first round from Georgia. I know he's a good tackle, but I just don't think there's a dire need for that just yet. Right? I just don't think so. But with that being said, this is the Sporting News' version of their mock draft. Like I said, I'm going to do another mock draft. Maybe try to shoot for it on Monday to see how that if we can do that. And of course, when I do my mock draft, I'm gonna do it live with you guys so you guys can see, how that's going to go. I prefer not to do any trades because you never know how it's going to go. I don't prefer to do any trades, but I may do a one with a trade in the draft. Who knows? But do me a favor, guys. Do me a solid and hit that like button. My buddy Quick comes through. He said, "Unc, I hope you're doing." He said, "Unc, I hope you don't get no good picks. Don't be like that now. We got the 5th overall pick. Now, will it be a good pick or not? I don't know. But we're going to see when I do my mock draft. I hope Minnesota gets the worst pick in the draft. I hope they get a draft pick that he decided he's going to retire the year after playing 1 year with you guys. Now, they talk about J.J. McCarthy might retire. I don't know how true that is. He talk about he may retire, right? They talk about he may step down, and he may be done with the football game. I don't know how true it is, but there's rumors out there. You know how rumors are. It is what it is. Until it happens, it's not true. I'm just saying. But guys, those are some of the things that I want to talk about. Now, the other day on the NBA, I did watch the couple of basketball games. I seen the one on Sunday. This is one I got to pretty much watch the entire game. They had a couple games. One of them was a Minnesota and a Denver game. And the other one was the Philadelphia 76ers. What can I say about those games? Well, let me leave the Eastern Conference games on. Man, I'm just they so that the West is going to be the tough, and I think the winner's going to be coming out the West again. Quinn said, "I believe he needs to." Damn, but he with that young boy in retirement. Said he got his ring. He done. No, but the West is going to be the team to beat. Now, can it be Oklahoma running it back? I don't know. Is the San Antonio Spurs going to give him a run for the money out the West? Maybe Houston. I like Reed. Reed Shepard is tough. We got KD there to help him out. He's going to be in there scoring. That won't be a problem. Of course, you got Anthony Edwards still going to do Anthony Edwards type things. And of course, you got a couple other teams. The Denver Nuggets are definitely still a valuable type playoff type team. Is LeBron going to be good enough to carry his team to the playoff? Him and Jokic. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I did watch a little bit of NBA. I'm gonna kind of ramp it up a little bit more so now, especially after the draft. After the draft, it's gonna be all nothing but NBA, and NBA. Because after the draft, college basketball is gonna be over. So you can't talk about college basketball. It's nothing but NBA. Of course, baseball. I'm not a big baseball guy, but we will touch on a little bit of Cincinnati Reds, my man, number 44. The 6'4" outfielder that runs like a gazelle. If you don't know who his brother, I don't know if he still got his locks or not. He might have cut them. Sometimes I see these guys go through like a midlife crisis at the age of 24. and just cut off the goddamn hair. I was like, why'd you cut it all off? It don't look bad on you. But they do. So Diaz. So shout out to that guy. I got his jersey. Now I got this on accident. Let me tell you about this situation. I ended up getting 2 jerseys at the same time. I ordered 2 jerseys. I got a Justin Fields and a Diaz. And so I thought this was legit like at first. But then I was getting messages, reading some things. Hey, I was a scam. So then I canceled. And I filed a grievance through my credit card. And they refunded me my money. But a week later, I got my jerseys. So I pretty much got them jerseys for free. Don't tell nobody. So I got a Justin Fields. Yeah. Now, of course, the Justin Fields, I don't have no more. Because when you don't know I'm going to play for my team, I give them the jersey away. I gave it to the goddamn Goodwill. Didn't matter. It didn't cost me a dime. I didn't have to pay for shipping and handle for it. But I gave it to the Goodwill. So when you no longer play with my team, I don't care if you still, man, get on my team to go. Now, but I still got the Diaz. So I got his jersey. I rocked it, opening the season, of the baseball season. Haven't worn it this year, but I will. Hopefully they can make another playoff run like they did last season. But I got his jersey. I like that guy. Good player. I got the opportunity to play. I got the opportunity to see him play one game in the minor leagues because Cincinnati Raiders minor league team is here in my city, Louisville. The Louisville Bats. That's what they're called. That's the minor league. So he was in the minor league, and I got the opportunity to see him play for one game. And I went, and I had tickets for the next game. I went to this game. They called him up. I said, "You son of bitches." But I did get to see him play one game. He didn't play that long. He probably played like 3 innings, and then they pulled him. So, that's all I got to see him. 3 innings in person. So I didn't get to see him long, but he does play with the Cincinnati Reds. And so if I feel the desire to ride up there to go see a Cincinnati Red game, I guess I will. I can watch baseball in person. I just can't watch it on TV, not until the playoffs. Guys, I know, Sports Channel, and I can't watch baseball on TV. Now, because the playoffs, I will watch it on TV, but regular season, it just don't interest me enough. I'm sorry, guys. It's just me. Guys, with that being said, let's get to the basketball, guys. Let's get to the again. Shout out to IUS, Indiana Southeast, for winning and beating the number 1 seed, Shawnee State. I got to stream the game yesterday, Saturday. They played at 2:00 Saturday. It was a good game, good back and forth game. Then we took a little run, but then we found a way to blow up a 20-point lead. We blew up 20-point lead, guys. He said, "Oh, who you talking about?" Well, Diaz from the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, Diaz from the Reds. Let me see. Because they talking about another Diaz. Let me see. See, they talk this one up. They're talking about the pitcher. Let me pull up the roster. Make sure I pronounce his name right. Oh man, I'm totally mispronouncing. I said Diaz. It's Cruz. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. It's Cruz. De La Cruz. Now I'm looking at this picture. I was like, oh man, I said called Diaz. Diaz is the pitcher that they got. I didn't see him in minor league, but I just got him confused. I'm sorry, guys. It's Ellie De La Cruz. That's what I'm talking about, Q. So I apologize to that, guys. But let's get back to this basketball game. So, guys, Saturday I streamed the game. It was a great game, exciting game. Had the opportunity of having the Indiana Southeast volleyball team was watching it with me. Now they watched another game before. They said I was acting out. I told the girl, I said, don't be listening to me cuss like that. Don't tell your parents that you're hearing this guy cussing. This bearded black man cussing the players out, cussing us teammates, not teammates, but peers out and their schoolmates. I said, shame on me. He said it all sounds the same. Shame on you, Q. But no, had the opportunity to stream the game. It was a great game. Had a game gave us the opportunity with that win they had on Saturday against the number 1 seed, which this team already solidified their chances on going to the NAIA tournament. Now they may not get as good a seed as they thought it would because they didn't win the tournament, but they had automatic just because they won the regular season conference thing, so they automatically get bid. So they really had nothing to play for, right? But we did. If we lose, we're not going. We win, we in. And so I was proud of these guys. They played a great game. They performed well. They did what they had to do. They made some mistakes, and that's okay. It is going to happen. But you know something? They didn't allow their mistakes to overcome them and end up blowing that game. So shout out to the Indiana Southeast men's basketball team for winning. It was a great win for them guys. I'm proud of them guys. I'm happy for my son. I talked to him Saturday night. He sounded dejected and tired, which I knew he was going to be, man, because, it was 2 tough games this week. They had one on Tuesday, and they turned around and had one on Saturday. They had to make a 3-hour. The team they play is like a 3-hour and 10-minute trip from their school. So it's a long drive. So that means they had to get up early that morning. If they want to get some rest, they had to sleep on the bus. And sometimes on the bus rides, you can't really sleep. You bumping and the elements and all that. So you have to do it. And then when you get up early, you get to, you don't, they may have got the opportunity to stop and get some breakfast or something. But if not, they got somewhere up. Nonetheless, playing on the road is tough. Now, looking at the game from the angle I seen on the other side, there wasn't a lot of people there. Now, of course, I couldn't see on the side that the players was on. I couldn't see all that. But it looks like they had a nice little crowd there because I know my son. And when they start talking trash to my son, he's going to return the favor. When he does something, he's going to let you know what it is. And so I seen him kind of look over that way when they was gesturing, when they hit threes and when they was making good plays. You know what I'm saying? So I knew there was probably a nice little crowd on that side. But on the opposite side, it wasn't a lot of people there that I could see. I did see some of the kids' family members rooting and cheering. So I was glad that they had some fans up there to represent. I wish I could have went, but it was just too far. And I had too much going on Saturday, like I explained to it in the stream. Unfortunately, I was hoping the team that they play, I was hoping that they lose so we could have a home game, but unfortunately they didn't. They ended up winning 78 to 73. So we didn't get to host the home game. And unfortunately, we tied in a record, but they beat us in the tie break because one game we had to forfeit. The one game that we did beat them, we had to forfeit, and they end up beating us the second game they played. So they end up getting a tiebreaker, so they get to host the game. And so, unfortunately, that game is 2 hours and 52 minutes on a work day. So it's a 3-hour drive for me. The game starts at 7. It'll probably end about 9 o'clock, and then I got to make a 3-hour drive. So I wouldn't get home to about midnight. So I just couldn't do it. Now, unfortunately, this time next year, the wife and I will be child-free in a home because baby girl will be off from college. So if something like that happen again, we going. And we'll just get a hotel We'll stay the night and we'll drive back in the morning. We'll eat breakfast. I don't know if it'll be the hotel breakfast or we may stop at Cracker Barrel or IHOPs or something and then drive back. Take a day off from work and drive back and just make it a day trip. That's the plan for next season. Because they also got a good toy store up there I like. Indiana Kokomo's got a good toy store up there. Like, I've been up there a couple times. Wife and I went up there just to go up there, and then we went up there right before my son's game. They played in up there, I want to say last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. Well, it might have been his freshman year. I think it was. And that's when he had a short season. He only had he was redshirt that year, so he got to play 5 more games after the first initial game he got hurt. So we got to go up there early, go to the toy store, and then go to my son's game. So they got a great toy store up there that I wouldn't mind going to. But the only thing about it is 3 hours. But if I kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I'm going to do that. And so if it falls on the weekend this time next year, guess what? My wife and I are going to be up there. We're going to go up there for the game. We're going to go to the toy store. I'll take her out to eat. And then we'll go out to, on the way home, we'll go to breakfast and we'll head on back. Back to the 502. Back to the home state and home city. That's the plan, but we can't worry about next year. We got to focus on this season. So this season, I will be streaming the game tomorrow at 7 p.m. The game starts. I will be streaming. I'll start my show probably about 6:50. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little pregame and all that breakdown and all that good stuff. But we're going to talk about that more so tomorrow. But as you can see, guys, congratulations to Indiana Southeast and my son and his teammates for winning that game. It was a great game. Like I said, if you guys want to actually see the game, you're more than welcome. It's on my stream. It's on my channel. So y'all make sure y'all go check it out. If you're over, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you leave a comment. I appreciate that. But do me a favor, while you're here, live and direct with me, hit that goddamn like button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button. Guys, I appreciate every last one. And also, not only that, guys, it's been a while, but I did drop a basement member video. So all you guys who are members of the basement, go over and check it out. And if you are not a member of the basement, shame on you. I'm going to drop this link in the chat for you guys to get the opportunity. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you guys to get this opportunity to become members. It's not expensive. My membership starts as cheap as 99 cents. $1. You remember back in the days, let me do that. I don't even know if I should say that. It's crazy. But you remember back in the days, for $1, you could feed a whole family of Africans. That's what they said. That's what one of the commercials said. For $1, for $1 a day, you can feed a whole family. I said, well, shit, for $1 a day, you can become a basement member. With that being said, let me drop the link in the chat for you guys who decided want to become a basement members. Here you go. So all the channels, my channel, the Just NFL channel, even on YouTube, this link on here, you can hit that link and you become a member. You could become a member of the basement. How about that? What greatest accomplishment you could ever accomplish besides being a member of the basement? Nothing. So I want you guys to join the membership. Be a part of the family. Not only doing that, be a part of the family, you can hit that goddamn like button, be a part of the family. If you decide that you want to donate to the channel, hit that QR code right there over on my left-hand side. Maybe it's on your right-hand side. I don't know. You can. Also, if you decide you want to send a super chat, those will be greatly appreciated as well. I promise you. But the most important thing I need for you guys is to hit that like button, because that'll push me through the algorithm so I can reach out to more and more people to have the opportunity and to watch and hear my beautiful voice. Would you want that for me? I do. And I think y'all should want it too. Guys, with that being said, I appreciate you every last one of you guys being here. I promise you do. And that's why I need y'all to hit that like button. But with that being said, I'm going to get at it because it's a short night. You know how my Mondays. My Mondays be short. My sports show don't be long. I get straight to the goddamn point. I'm going to get straight to the point. That's what I did tonight. So with that being said, I appreciate every last one of you guys. Guys, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. I will be streaming live tomorrow. My son's game at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And you guys out there on the West Coast, 4 p.m. Pacific, I didn't forget about you. I got love for you too. With that being said, I appreciate every last one of you guys being here. Until the next time, right on.